I am super excited to be here with Josh and Andrew, better known to folk fans as Rube and Rake. You made me break my rule of having people only come back every 3 years. You were just here in 2023 and knocked it out of the park for our audience. I hope that was a mutual kind of a thing for you guys. What are you remembering about the folk club?
I remember it being, I remember very, very excellent hospitality and being treated very well. I do remember that was a crazy day of flights and delays, and we made it from Edmonton to Calgary in record time. So I remember just showing up and playing and being a bit out of sorts. So it all went by very, very fast. And so I feel like this time, notwithstanding any travel delays, I feel like hopefully there'll be a better version of us. So hopefully we can improve upon what we did last time.
Well, I know that. I mean, I saw you originally at the East Coast Music Awards, and I was just like, we've got to figure out how to get these guys here. But it was a volcano in
Russia.
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 I was going to say, was it
Yeah.
Russia that
Yeah.
messed up flights out of Vancouver? And I remember the phone calls, and I was in Edmonton doing a workshop, and I was like, I could pick you up, and like, you guys got a van and got here, and yeah, like just pros. It was great, and it was a superb evening, and everybody loved it. We're so excited to have you back, and just like you say, in a more settled way. What have what projects have you been on in the last couple of years? What's exciting you about your careers?
Well, I mean, we're pretty fresh off releasing our latest record. We put out a record last month, and you may have heard a couple of those songs. The this batch of songs were kind of in their infancy in 2023 when we came by. So we probably workshopped a couple of these songs that have now made it to the record. And that, I mean, I think it's nice to actually say truthfully that that we believe it's our best work yet. And you want to put out a new record, you want it to be your favorite one, and that's exactly what we have right now. I think we have our favorite record to date, and we're so looking forward to playing it in front of an audience that actually really cares. And it's obvious that that's what you have in Calgary.
Cool. And what's the name of this favorite record?
It's called Good Time After Bad.
Yeah. And what a great title for these times, right? We're working on the after bad for sure.
Yeah. Well, it's fun enough. I feel like there's wanted to call it spending good time after bad, like almost like a spending good love after bad, or spending good money after bad. But that was a bit of a mouthful, so we just shortened it, and that kind of worked too.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
you're starting in Regina before you come to us, and then after us, you're going on a month-long tour in BC.
Yeah. Yeah. We're slowly the we're not the best planners at times, so we're still finalizing up a few of those shows. But we always love traveling out west. I feel personally that Western audiences are more receptive to our style of music. Yeah,
Well,
we always enjoy.
that's interesting. And,
Yeah.
and the thing that's interesting to me too is that you are really a quintessential Canadian artist because one of you is from Prince George, BC, and right, and the other one is from
Yep.
John's Newfoundland. So you
Yeah.
kind of have a coast to coast thing going on.
Yeah, we cover a lot of ground. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna ask you for your best tour story, or it could be horror on the road. You can pick whichever one you want.
Well, honestly, I think one of the best tour stories that we have is a volcano erupting in Russia. And and I remember you being so incredibly sweet on the phone, and we are stressing out, and we finally got to Edmonton, and I don't know how fast that rental vehicle went, but we pushed it.
Yeah, we did.
And I sincerely remember being just still actually physically catching our breath arriving, and I don't know. I don't know if another one is coming to mind that is as good as that day. So I truly mean
We're glad that you're willing to come back after that.
that.
How about you,
Yeah.
John?
I can't really think of anything in particular. I feel like what keeps us going is just the determination for things to get better. And for the most part, things are usually pretty bad. Not to be overly cynical, but we play a lot of we play a lot of bad shows with the seldom good ones sprinkled in, and it all is a big blur. So I'm sure if something was prompted, I could remember some great stories. But right now, I can't think of anything particularly bad or anything particularly great. But I will say one of the things that I enjoy most about touring is the days off and in between and getting the chance to go to places that we really like me, for example, getting to go back home, or when we go to BC, the past few years we've been spending a few days in Bamfield on the island, and it's like a little piece of paradise that I feel like we're so lucky to be able to experience. But I guess I didn't really answer your question that well. That's not really a story, just things that I might like, or yeah.
Well, I think that's because it is of a curiosity to those folks who are in your audiences who are maybe doing the 9 to 5, Monday to Friday thing, and it's kind of like, it can look pretty darn glamorous. And I often say, we don't pay people to be on stage. You do that part for free.
Yeah.
The touring, the traveling, and the being away from your family, and the bad meals, and the where am I going to get a meal? Am I going to get a like all of that stuff, that uncertainty, and you guys just ride it really well, and bring a lot of joy to your audiences. So I want to thank
you.
For that. And there's a lot of killer music coming out of the East Coast, and I hear a lot. And you guys just knocked it out of the park for me when I first saw you at the East Coast Music. I think that was probably the year that you did Songwriter of the Year, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
I think I kind of walked up afterwards and went, so when are you coming west?
Yeah.
I'm recalling that's kind of how it happened. And it just keeps going from strength to strength. So super glad that you're going to be with us on October the 3rd at the Calgary Folk Club. Jet and the Valentine, which is a really sweet duo out of Edmonton, your favorite place to blast into and blast out of, will be opening that night. And of course, not only can people attend live at the concert, but we also have the online options. So people across Canada, across North America, around the world can tune in and join us that evening, or have the recording available to themselves for 72 hours, so they can watch you over and over again.
Nice.
So, super excited to have you. Thanks for coming to the Calgary Folk Club and being part of our 54th season.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much, Suze.